Hey, shalom, 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 everyone. Welcome to another live episode of My Take with Rosh Ya'acob. It's been a long time. It's been a long time since we've been live. Been dealing with a cold that I've been having for most of this week. Still got it a little bit, but I'm feeling better. A lot of different things going on. So I'm not going to be long at all tonight. I'm going to try to get it in and get it out because I just wanted to let you guys know that I'm still here. Hey, Shalom Akoti. Okay, I see you. I see you. I see you in the building. That's what I'm talking about. Yay, yay. As I said, I'm not going to be long tonight because I'm still getting over this cold. But I just wanted to let you guys know that I was still here because I know it's been a while since I really went live. I've been trying to do recording shows, but recorded shows are different. Recorded shows take a lot of time to really put, because you come up with so many ideas of stuff that you want to do. It was like, yeah, I want to do this, I want to do that. And it just takes a lot of time. When you just go live, you just live. You live. It is what it is. Whatever's going to happen, that's what's going to happen. You are just live. So that's what's going on with us today. So I thank you guys for still being there. Appreciate my sister, Heart for Serving, being in the building. Know she is very busy, so it feels really good when she is here. I know she is a very busy young lady doing a lot of big things in the world. All right, so I'm not going to keep y'all long, as I said. Before I get started, I just want to let you guys know who I am. For those of y'all who already know who I am, that's cool. But some of y'all watching like, who is this guy? I just want to let you know my name is Rosh Ya'acob ben Abraham. I am the rabbi at Gethsemane Spiritual Temple Congregation. And on this show, we look at everyday situations. And today, we're going to look at the breaking news and stuff that's happening today. So we try to look at all these things and look at it from a Hebraic or Torah perspective, or look at it from an aspect of our people and how we should be feeling during these times. So just want to touch on this. I seen an interesting video, so I just want to speak on that for a few minutes and just get you all feedback on what do y'all think about this. And then we're going to go from there. All right, so with that being said and done, if this is your first time to this channel, please like, share, and subscribe. Please like, share, and subscribe if it's your first time to this channel. We appreciate each and every one of you. As I tell you guys all the time, if you like the video, you share the video, you subscribe to the channel, that all works with the AI or the algorithm, and it lets YouTube know that, hey, this is something that people want to see, and it helps spread it out to more people. All right. So with that being said and done, we're going to jump right into what we're going to do today. I want to deal with this young lady right here. Now, for those of y'all don't know, I haven't really seen this on TV. I've seen the protests. Y'all know it's protests going on in LA right now for the immigrants. They've been trying to get these protests up. And, you know, they've been trying to get us involved in a protest. Like, where the black people at? Where the Israelites at? Where the FBA at? Where the ADOS at? Where they at? Why they not involved in this with us, right? They've been trying to bring us into this protest world. And for the most part, we have been dancing and talking about where the fans at, and we've been doing a lot of different things, but we have not been out in the street for the most part as the majority of us normally would. And that has been troublesome to some. But the show went on. The people went out anyway. I covered a video where they had mad protests and the people was out, and I told y'all these protests was like a party. It wasn't like the protests that we were used to seeing, where the police is there militarized and got the weapons and all. It wasn't those type of protests. The people was talking about, they was having concerts and talking crazy about Trump, and it was all kind of stuff. You would have thought it just was a carnival or a festival. I'm like, what in the world kind of protest is this, right? But now they got the protest that they want. Even though, as you're going to see, it still ain't a bunch of us in these protests. But they got the protest that they wanted. They said, okay, well, we can't get the black people like we wanted. We just going to do it the way we're going to do it there. So I want y'all to see something. So we're going to touch on it, especially with this young lady and what happened with her. So that's why I put up here sensitive content. Because y'all going to see something crazy. It was caught on film. I said, oh my goodness, LAPD. They said the LAPD the worst ones. That's what they said, boy. They said they the worst ones out there, right? I want y'all to judge for yourselves. So we're going to get into that. Oh my goodness, I want y'all to be able to judge for yourselves. So let me take this down real quick. Now first, let's see what's going on. Cause some of y'all might don't know what's happening. So for those of y'all who don't know what's happening, I said, well, let's see what's going on. Of course, my internet want to be dragging right now. Why wouldn't it? Oh, there you go. Hold on. So let's see. What's going on? Oh, they really doing it. Hold on, guys. Welcome back to live. Don't y'all like the recorded ones where I could just cut all this kind of foolishness out? And live, you can't get rid of none of this foolishness. You just gotta deal with it. All right, so I want to stop right there. I want y'all to see what's happening. Hold on, let me put the video on. Video screen. I ain't want to get them no free advertisement. That's why I didn't have this on at first. I want y'all to see what's happening. Watch this.
How did LA protests erupt over the weekend, with police using rubber bullets and tear gas?
Now, they're using the rubber bullets on the people. They're not shooting it and just bouncing around them. Remember when they had that with the little kids? This probably when I would have did a cut scene and showed y'all the little kids. They said, we don't really want to shoot them. We don't want to shoot the poor churn. And they turned around and found the way to shoot around the churn because they ain't want to shoot the poor churn. But this not that type of situation. This is not that type of situation. I want y'all to see this. Watch this. They shooting ammo. They shooting real bullets. Watch this. So you see cars on fire? I think that was done by the protesters, but watch this.
How did LA protests erupt over the weekend, with police using rubber bullets and tear gas? And President Donald Trump announcing the deployment of 2,000 members of the National Guard to disperse demonstrators.
Yes, they are shooting rubber bullets. Them joints are powerful.
My husband's a soldier overseas as we speak, and I'm a veteran. So this angers me.
Peaceful demonstrations began Friday afternoon after federal immigration agents detained dozens of people amid Trump's crackdown on immigration.
All right, so this was amid the crackdown on immigration, right? They said it was peaceful protests. Every day was peaceful. I didn't even know this was going on. I guess because we was caught up in the holy days. I didn't even know this was happening. All right. So you got the peaceful protests going on. And they probably was thinking it was going to be like the regular protests that they was having. But I think they getting tired of these little peaceful protests. So let's see what happens.
Demonstrators gathered outside the Metropolitan Detention Center in downtown LA. But as day turned to night, clashes flared, and they continued.
Yeah, like I said, they got tired. They said, oh, y'all want to surround the building? Y'all not going nowhere? Y'all been here since the day to the middle of the night? Oh, we can start shooting rubber bullets at you. Now, if these are anything like the protests we seen of late, those peaceful protests. Oh, hold on. Let me try that. Let me see if I can find. Let me see if I can find on my channel when I did the show about that, right? About the peaceful protests. I did the show about the peaceful protests. Remember that? Remember I was talking about the peaceful protests? Let me see. Hold on. Because we talked about these peaceful protests. And I was saying, but what in the world kind of protest is this? Because I was caught up with what kind of protest it was. What kind of protest is this? I think that's what I called it. What kind of protest is this? Was it alive? I think it was alive. Let me see. That's how far back it was. Oh man. Well, y'all get to see all the many things that I've done thus far. But I was thinking, here go the power in our silence, right? The power in our silence. Now watch this. Coming from any of those places, you are barred. I just say, hey, I'm going to war. Hold on. Was it this or was it? I don't know if it was this. I thought it was this, but maybe it wasn't.
Can do it or not isn't the point.
See? That's why they doing it. Oh, we got to release Chauvin. What if we release Chauvin? All this. Oh, yeah, that's why I was talking about the power in our silence. Y'all remember that? Where I was saying that us being silent during this time was power. But I'm trying to find a protest where I talked about the protest. Here we go. It's right here. I went right by it. The assignment, the word went out for. Now watch this. Watch these protests. President Trump is supposed to be shining his shoes. See how they was doing this stuff for the protests? This was the stuff they had as the protest at first. This is stuff they had as the protest at first. Look at this. Watch this foolishness. He's giving them the Israeli flag to the devil. See how they was doing different things at their protest. Well, I think this where the people gonna be partying. Or this way it kind of almost got off. I want y'all to see the people partying. Is this where they partying at? Yeah, in the protest. They gonna be partying. Watch this. Watch this. This is the party. Oh, y'all can't see it. Hold on, they gonna be partying at the protest. Watch this. Hold on. Now they gonna party at the protest. Watch this. You remember this? See, they partying. We hate you, Trump. They was having a good time at the protest. So you see they was jamming? It was vibing. You see that? Look at this. What kind of protest is that? Oh, I'm gonna rock with myself on this. Hey, look. They was having a good time at the protest. They was chilling. New York hates you. Watch this. Let me see. Watch this. You think I'm tripping? They go to stage setup. They had parties at the protest. I think this music will be copywritten, so I probably can let y'all hear this. Watch this. Watch this.
Oh, workers, can you stand it? Oh, tell me how you can. Will you be a lousy scab or will you be a which side are you on? Which side are you on? Which side are you on?
That'll make you feel warm and fuzzy inside. That's how these that's how these protests were, right? Now watch this. I want you to see that and now compare that with this. Let's go back to this protest. Watch this. Let me rewind it back to the beginning. You can see this protest. Watch this.
How did LA protests erupt over the weekend with police using rubber bullets and tear gas?
What side are you on?
And President Donald Trump announcing the deployment of...
Hey, shalom, Aki. Yeah, they was jamming. What side are you on? What side are you on? They was having fun at the protest. This is a different kind of protest right here. This is not the same protest, Aki. Good to see you on here. Shalom, shalom to you. Brother Jordan in the building. That's not the same kind of protest. This protest is not like that. Look, this protest starts off, you hear gunfires. Pop, pop, pop. Like, what the? It's a different protest.
How did LA protests erupt over the weekend with police using rubber bullets and tear gas? and President Donald Trump announcing the deployment of 2,000 members of the National Guard to disperse demonstrators.
My husband's a soldier overseas as we speak, and I'm a veteran. So this angers me.
Crazy.
Peaceful demonstrations began Friday afternoon after federal immigration
started off
agents
peaceful.
detained dozens of people amid Trump's crackdown on immigration.
So I see them probably started off like how they did at the other ones. They was peaceful. They thought it was going to be cool and chill. It was going to make some noise. They was going to show they being defiant. But nah, they stepped up the ante on this one.
Demonstrators gathered outside the Metropolitan Detention Center in downtown LA. But as day turned to night, clashes flared, and they continued into Saturday, not only downtown, but around 10 miles southeast in Paramount, California. Officers in tactical gear and gas masks lined the streets and attempted to disperse the crowds. Helicopters.
So they got the gas mask on now. They said, look, we gonna treat you like how we normally treat protesters. We stayed up, we let y'all celebrate. Y'all was drinking beer in the street, dancing. Y'all was having a good old time. Nah. And man, this is in LA. So maybe LA said that's what they let y'all do up north, up in New York. We LA. We not going for that. You think you gonna be chilling and saying what you want down here. We not going for that. Matter of fact, put them boys out, get everybody ready. We going in.
After cameras captured the moment a car went up in flames amid the chaos. Over at the detention center, protesters held a rally Saturday evening. Police emerged through a gate of the building and eventually fired off rubber bullets, flashbangs, and tear gas, leaving the streets engulfed in white.
Look at that. They coming through the building. They came out. They was ready. Oh, this was a different kind of protest.
Smoke. President Trump, meanwhile, has deployed the National Guard to control what he has called violent insurrectionist mobs online, sparking tensions with Democratic California Governor Gavin Newsom, who called the deployment of troops purposefully inflammatory and warned it would only escalate the situation.
Isn't he right, though? What y'all think? Is Newsom right? Didn't this kind of escalate things? If they would have kind of did it like the other ones, it probably would have died off. People would have went home and felt like they did something. But now y'all know, National Guard, troops, police shooting rubber bullets at people. It took it to a whole nother level. All right, now watch this. This is what we was going to talk about. See this young lady right here? Yeah, it's on fire right now. It's on fire, Ike. But I'm talking about when it first started, that first night, if they would have just chilled, it probably would have just died off. Not now. And I can't say Trump was responsible for the LAPD. The LAPD is the LAPD. We remember them for Rodney King and all those. And some of y'all might be too young to remember Rodney King, but I'm not. I'm old enough to remember. I remember Rodney King and the protests that happened around him and how the LA PD was just out there doing what they do. We all, most of us have seen NWA's movie where they show how the LAPD would do people. So the LAPD is the LAPD. It is what it is. Those guys is on a whole other level. They probably close to the Baltimore police or the I'm trying to think what we call it, BPD. Or let me move my man out the way. Let me see. Definitely inflammatory. It's for a bigger play though. It's been saying military movements all over the country. Like most things, a distraction to hide what the left hand is doing. Exactly, Akoti. Exactly. I agree with you. I agree with you. It's like, what's going on? It's like, and now, oh my goodness. Watch this. This one caught my eye with it. I wasn't even thinking about it for that. I still was like, this one caught my eye. Watch this. Watch what's going to happen to her. This is a reporter. A reporter. She's not a protester. She's not out protesting. I'm quite sure they got a big camera with her news number on it and everything. You can clearly see that she is a reporter. She is reporting from the scene. And it don't seem like nobody else is out there doing anything violent. They not bum rushing the LAPD or any of that. But watch what happens to this reporter. Let me rewind that. Let me rewind that. She just got shot, people. Now, of course, it was with a rubber bullet, but she got shot. Now, you might say, well, you ain't sure us what happened before that. Maybe she was yelling something at the guy. Maybe the popo felt threatened. No, the guy say, I felt threatened. That's why I reacted, because I felt threatened. Maybe he felt threatened. Let's see. I'm going to start it from the very beginning of the clip that they showed us. Watch this.
After hours of standing off, this situation has now rapidly deteriorated. The LAPD moving in on horseback, firing rubber bullets at protesters, moving them on through the heart of LA. You just shut the
Now, I want y'all to see. He saw her, he took aim, and he shot her. He knows a reporter. Watch carefully. This guy right here is the one that's going to shoot. You see him clearly looking at the camera. Let's see. They just shot out there. Look how he's watching the camera the whole time. Look at him. He watching him. He knows she a reporter. He knows she just doing her job reporting the news, right? I want you to see. Now, she's talking about the police and what's going on. And watch this. I'm doing this slow because I want y'all to see. He's standing there and look at him. Look at him. That's the one that's going to shoot. He's watching her. He's watching her the whole time. Now, he's stepping out in the street. He looking over. The car's coming. It look like the car's about to come down there to where she's at, right? So the car's coming down there to where she's at. The car's coming, and he, looking right at her, shoots her right on her leg. Y'all see that? Hold on, let me see what y'all said. Let me see. Oh, man, hold on. Oh, man, it says, I'm sorry I laughed so hard. That's not right. Hands is on a job. Yeah, it is intentional, Aki. I said, I had to rewind it back. I said, he purposely shot her. He purposely shot her. Like, what was the point? Like, so now that I showed it up so you can see it, now when I bring it back, you gonna see it. You gonna be like, oh my goodness, you gonna see it clear. Like you gonna see it real clear. Why's this? She just gonna be talking. Why's this?
Hours of standing off, this situation has now rapidly deteriorated. The LAPD moving in on horseback, firing rubber bullets at protesters.
Look at him. What's this?
The heart of LA. You just shut the
Yo, shot her.
I'm good. I'm good. Are you okay? Where did it hit you? Just my leg. I'm good.
And you can tell she in pain. I know that joy shot
County,
her.
the most populated county in California, with nearly 10.
I know that shot them. I know that shot them getting shot in the leg. And I was just like, wow, that is crazy. That is crazy. Now, before I get to the next step, I gotta give shout outs to my peoples. The next section, he bought some products from Simply Gorgeous Glow, and he actually made this commercial for her because he loved the product so much. So big up to the next session for making that for our sister. He really took his time out and put that in. He said, I love the product so much I had to do something to show my appreciation. And I let you see the quality of work he doing. Like he knocked that joint out, and you know, Sister Linda loves it. And I said, well, I'm gonna put it on the show, make sure everybody knows that this is Simply Gorgeous Glow. Got all the products for you. And also let y'all know that the next section, brother that be on here from time to time, we know him as Brother Walter. He put that commercial together. Big up to him. I appreciate him for that. And also want to give a look at another one of our sponsors, which is our sponsor that you see I got the fresh gear on from them right now, and that is the Art of Clothing. So big up to them. Big up to Simply Gorgeous Glow and the Art of Clothing. All right, so we about to close out with this. As I said, I'm not going to be too long with you guys. I just want y'all now to see, how does the reporter feel? How did the reporter feel about this? Let's look at what the reporter says. This is her channel, News 9 Australia. So let's see what they're going to say. I think they're going to interview her.
Shockwaves across the globe. Our very own US correspondent Lauren Tomasi was caught up in the mayhem, shot with a rubber bullet. Take a look.
After hours of standing off, this situation has now rapidly deteriorated. The LAPD moving in on horseback, firing rubber bullets at protesters, moving them on through the heart of LA.
You just shot the. You okay?
I'm good.
Doesn't matter how many times you watch it, right? Lauren joins us live now from LA. Lauren, I mean, I think we were all so shocked and so deeply troubled by what happened to you yesterday. How are you feeling this morning?
Morning, Sarah and Carlos. I'm good, thank you. I have a bit of a bloody big old bruise and it's a little bit sore, but I am all okay, thank you.
Hey, can you talk us through just...
And we seen where they shot people in other areas with them rubber bullets, and they was tore up. Like, we think, oh, it's just a rubber bullet. It's not. No, them joints hurt and they bruise you. I say one hit the girl in the eye during the Freddie Gray riots. Hit the girl in the eye. Eye was all messed up. Them rubber bullets ain't nothing to play with.
You know, it was obviously it's been a big couple of days, but it seemed to me that escalated. And talk us about to what happened before and then during and after.
Yeah, I mean, we were reporting on the Today Show all morning the situation on the ground in downtown LA. My cameraman Jimmy and I had started by that detention center in downtown LA, and there was, you know, a few skirmishes here and there and a little bit of chaos moments as we went throughout the morning. But it was about 5 o'clock local time when there were suddenly just thousands of protesters on the streets of downtown LA, and we felt that presence of the LAPD and law enforcement really ramp up. Jimmy and I went live. We were doing a cross into the program. And police started pushing their way up the street. They'd begun firing tear gas canisters and those rubber bullets, and we moved onto the sidewalk and really tried to stay out of the way. What you saw, that report, was at the end of that live cross. We'd moved off to the side of the road. We were at the side of police. I had my back to those LAPD officers. I was really focused on the camera and, you know, finishing that report, telling what was happening. And I got hit. Jimmy scooped me up and we made our way out of there as quickly as possible. Bit of a shock.
Oh, I mean, it's a tremendous shock, Lauren, and you were just doing your job, right? And we've been in awe of your...
I think that's a way to attack media, though. We don't want the real media, to be around, so we're going to shoot at them to let them know, get out of here. And then no telling what happened. No telling what PD did once she was gone with their camera. And it just was regular people out there. No telling what they did. Like, because that's just crazy. It's like he purposely targeted her.
Your coverage for the past few days and how incredibly difficult those circumstances are for you. We know it was tense. I mean, those circumstances that you found yourselves in for that report specifically seemed to be somewhat calmer, and then all of a sudden, you know, he turned and fired at you. It just seems so out of place and so bizarre.
Yeah,
have you managed to, has there been any explanation? Have you been able to sort of gain any intel on how that happened, why that happened?
No, I mean, where we were standing, it felt like things had calmed down a little bit after that
calm.
chaos of moving up the street, and we'd found a moment where police were still standing off there, but you know, it had calmed for a moment. The police were standing still, and that is why we stepped off to the side. We weren't in a group of protesters or anything. We were with other media. I think you can see a cameraman walk behind me in the middle of that shot. So, look, we were doing our best to report what was happening from the scene in the safest way we possibly could, and Jimmy and I were listening to everything the LAPD had been saying to us.
But also, you're balancing a lot there, and you've also got protesters who are furious with you. And for the most part over the last couple of days, I've seen you in every circumstance be calm and talk to these people. You've also been fearlessly unbiased. So that's reporting both sides of it. And then out of the blue, you get lined up.
Yeah.
Is that how, I mean, you're loath to, I know you, you're loath to be part of this story. But in a way you are, and it's going to have reaction and ramifications across America. That's how bad the situation is in LA right now.
They just keep showing that joint.
Look, I feel embarrassed, quite frankly. I really don't want to be the story as part of this. We were just on the ground trying to do our job. I was there. You know, Jimmy and I were doing our best to bring to Australia what is unfolding on the streets of LA, and it's a really unfortunate thing that has happened. And I think, you know, as a journalist, we want to be there telling the story. I think, you know, it's a really crappy thing that's happened, but I really don't want to be the story here. It is, you know, I really chaos.
And I feel all right. Like she said, she don't want to be the story. You know, she just was out doing her job, and it just happened. It just happened. She was out doing her job, and it just happened, which is crazy. But I just want y'all also to just think about it, right? this is why our people been saying, hey, we just need to sit out this and sit on the side, don't get involved, because it's already escalated. It would escalate even more if it was even more of us out there. That's just my take on it. You know, I feel like we do what we can do, but like what we did in other shows, we showed a lot of people who was involved, they voted for Trump. Now, I don't know if they thought he wasn't going to do what he ended up doing, but they voted for him. I don't know what to say. So, the whole thing is said in a nutshell. There's a lot of drama going on in a nutshell. You know, but at the end of the day, you know, we still got to stay vigilant, because I believe it will be a lot worse. It'll be on that Freddie Gray level. Like, that's already bad what we see LA PD doing. But for those of y'all who remember Freddie Gray and what was happening here, they'll be on a whole different level. So, yeah. That's the whole thing with that. But again, I appreciate y'all for rocking with me for this short time. I just had to bounce on here real quick and do something. Just to let everybody know I'm still around. I ain't going nowhere. Hopefully, I can be on for Thursday, because I have a real good thing that I want to do Thursday. So hopefully I can be on for Thursday. But with that being said and done, I want to just let y'all hear our artists of the week. And I keep giving them shine because I wasn't able to get them to shine like I wanted to. So I keep giving them the shine. So please, please, please check them out. Beautiful sister, beautiful voice. A lot of spirit, a lot of soul. And I got another group that y'all know that I'm going to do the next time. I should have them on my next show for the Artist of the Week. Brother Jordan reminded me of them. He sent them then one of their other songs that they cover, and I was like, oh, these sisters. And they called Three Before Joy. So I was trying to do them this today, but I didn't get it together in time. So we're going to just rock with I think they call it Praises of Israel, Messianic Congregation, and this is their song.
רק בך אמצא תקווה, אתה חזק גם בסערה, כשהכל בוער סביבי, אפתח בך, אתה מרים אותי גבוה מעל כל הקשיים, אני סמוך ובטוח בזרועותיך אלוהים, אתה מרים אותי גבוה, לא משנה מה שהיה, הניצחון כבר בידיך, הניצחון כבר בידיך, אז אני רץ למטרה. רק בך אמצא תקווה,
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful song. Appreciate them. Again, that is the Messianic Jewish Alliance of Yisrael. The Messianic Jewish Alliance of Yisrael. And it's from their album called Praises of Israel. That's the name of the album, Praises of Israel. And the name of the song is Marim Oti, which means you lift me. All right, everybody. So appreciate you guys again. Appreciate my brother and my sister being on here with me. Welcome me back, making me feel at home, getting a laugh and talk about issues. I appreciate y'all for being on here with me. Definitely appreciate that. Got me smiling over here. And with that being said and done, I just want to bid you all shalom.
Shema Yisrael Adonai